Grainne Hallahan is Senior Analyst at the Times Education Supplement. Grainne, thanks for joining us this morning. What do you make of this story? What do you make of what Rishi Sunak is proposing to do anyway, Grainne?
They've been described as big plans. They're definitely not detailed plans. A little bit like the maths to 18. We're now saying, OK, we're also going to make sure that all A-level students are also going to do English and maths until 18. And when we consider the take-up of the subjects, maths is a very popular A-level. English, not so much. We're really struggling to get children to take up English literature and English language A-level. So, on the one hand, sounds great, encouraging more students to go into studying English. However, it doesn't sound like that's the idea. It's not that they're going to do English and maths A-levels. They're going to be studying a broader range of subjects until A-level, and
including English and maths. But a lot of people will say,
right?
If you're but why do you need it to 18? I suppose a lot of people will say, why? I mean, so many people leave school without English and maths properly at 16. So why force them to do it for another 2 years?
We've got a third of students who don't get English and maths at GCSE, and this sort of top-down approach seems all backwards.
Yeah.
But let's just unpick what he's saying first of all. So this idea that we're going to do English and maths until 18, what that will mean, either we're going to have to change the current A-level system so that A-level qualifications will have to become more narrow, more lightweight, or this extra English and maths that students are going to do are going to be so inconsequential that it won't impact what the study of the other A-levels that the students currently do, and they'll just become a tokenistic tick box activity, or they'll do a little bit of English, a little bit of maths. It won't impact the study of their actual A-levels, won't need to change the A-levels. You can't have both. It's either going to be worth studying, and therefore we're going to have to make A-levels less rigorous, or we're going to have to make the English and maths that they're doing so negligible and so easy that it won't matter, that the A-levels can stay the same. You can't have it both ways. The other problem, and Sir Chris Hubbard's made this point already today, that we're working backwards. We have a problem with early years education. We can see the gap in English and maths as soon as children start at school at age 4. So we're adding this thing onto the end by saying, all right, but they're going to do it until they're 18. We're not actually going to solve the problem. What we need to do is invest in the early years education, make sure that we're encouraging students who've got the ability and to close the gap that we see when they're very, very young, and make it easier for them to not have to play catch up all the way through primary school, all the way through secondary school. We can see that our interventions that we're putting on at the moment don't really work. It's doing things the wrong way around. And I think that is there an appetite in education at the moment to completely revolutionise our A-levels and GCSEs? Is it better to work with the system we've got and try and improve it at the lower end so that the outcomes make more sense?
Let me just put a point to you from Jess, who's messaged us this morning and say, hi Peter, I wish they'd stop messing around with exams. The best thing politicians could do for the state system is to extend the school day to 5:30 like private schools. The academic ones can study specialist subjects, the practical can learn skills, and everyone can do music, arts and sport. It would be good for discipline and structure, plus parents can work full time. I mean, there are so many ideas, Grainne, about what education needs to be in this country, where it needs to go, and Rishi Sunak's latest idea, to me, just seems to be muddying the waters a bit further. But the broadening of the curriculum, I don't know, I just think narrowing the curriculum actually at 16, getting rid of the things you don't want to do, could actually encourage more people to stay in school. Certainly why I stayed in school to A-level.
And, that idea that your listeners just shared, I get really excited. I think about all the extracurricular stuff that we can do. Think about the fact that we're not properly delivering the curriculum that we've got in the hours that we've got. If we could offer things like sports after school, PE is massively neglected in this country, and we've got this real unfair system where parents who have the time and money to invest in sport are able to push their children, but the children who are in after-school clubs and who don't have that support at home to pursue their athletic abilities don't get to do it, and that's not good for the whole health of a child. It's not just about producing elite athletes. We know that daily activity is really important for children, and it helps their educational learning at school. It helps their academic progress in school. There's plenty of studies that will show this. So, we could extend the school day without making it sitting in a classroom for longer. There's lots and lots of things that we could do that would make the school experience better for children, have them outside more, have them doing more physical things. And it doesn't have to be all led by teachers. In fact, it really shouldn't be.
Grainne, as our education expert, I know you've now got to go on the school run somewhat appropriately, so she's going to bring her kids to school. That's Grainne Hallahan there, Senior Analyst at the Times Education Supplement. Thank you very much to her. And Grainne, don't forget to put Talk Radio on in the car when you're bringing the kids there.